everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are finally going to do the unboxing of the Colourpop Butterfly collection because I picked up the whole thing. Even after I said I wasn't going to and that I was probably going only to pick up one or two things from the collection, when I saw that it was actually available with the whole thing, I just had one of those add to cart moments and here we are. So first and foremost, I do like to talk about shipping. It was free shipping because the amount of my cart was over $100, so shipping to Canada was free. However, a few things. This is the box it came in. So I am wondering if part of the issue was actually that the box was so big, and that's why last time I didn't pay customs and this time I did, but I did end up paying $38 Canadian in customs at the door, which was a little bit frustrating, but I know it's touch and go and hit and miss with customs, so you never really know. Second point to mention was I ordered the products on the 15th of March. On the 7th day of not hearing anything that it had been shipped, ended up emailing the company and basically inquiring, saying, hey, basically ordered it 7 days ago, haven't heard anything, just wanted to see if there was an update. They got back to me right away, and what happened was he asked me for my order number, my visa number, blah, 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 not my whole visa number, just the end. So I was like, yeah, sure, man, here you go, here's the info. And no sooner did I hit send on that information that 1 minute later I got a shipping notification. And I was like, seems sketchy. It was almost like they had forgotten my order, realized when I called it out, was like, holy shit, and then they sent it. So, another reason that makes me feel that way is I actually got a handwritten card from them saying, sorry that we're late. So again, another few days goes by and there is no update on the tracking other than the label has been created, and I'm like, what the shit? So I email them again in the same thread and say, hey, listen, look, I appreciate that you got it sent out when I called it out, but I'm a little bit bothered that there has been no update since then. So his response was basically, sorry, there must be a scan missed somewhere, but it will be at your house in up to 21 days. If it goes past 21 days, please reach out. Which to me seems a little crazy because like they're not that far. And so another few days goes by, still no updates on what's happening with my tracking, still says label created. So I reach out again and I get the same response. It was almost like a pre-written copy and paste of the original response. Fine. I'll wait your 21 days and I will add this in my review. So one day goes by and what do you know, look what shows up at my door. So then I actually kind of felt like a jerk for giving them a hard time when in fact there had been a scan miss and it was here, even though I had to pay the $38. So in total, it did take 2 weeks to get to me, 7 days for it to be shipped and 7 days for it to actually get from their warehouse to me. I did write some notes here, so if you see me look down, it's because I wanted to give you the most amount of information with my mini reviews and my packaging reviews. Because this is an unboxing, so to speak, I have used it. I'm wearing some of the products on my face today, but I have only tried them today, and most of this review is not about the products. It is about the experience and what I have found with these products. So I'm going to start with the lipsticks that came in this little bubble wrap. And here they all are. So there are 8 lipsticks in the collection. I know some of them are matte, some of them are satin, but for the most part, I don't even know if I could call them actually matte because I feel like they are satin. One thing I would like to say is you can actually buy this entire set for $52. I personally don't know if I would buy the whole set because not all of these colors will look good on everyone. There are variations of similar colors that may not work for your skin tone and something you may not actually like. So I'm not sure if I would recommend buying the entire line of lipsticks, but it is available. Something else I noticed that I don't know why it bothers me so much, but it really truly does, is the label on the bottom of Afterglow is different from the rest of them. Everyone else, like all the other lipsticks, have an actual proper label, albeit they are crooked on almost all of them. But they actually have a proper label with the color name and the information from the company, weight, all that good stuff that you would normally find on these products. However, Afterglow has this one random sticker that just says Afterglow. I am feeling like Afterglow may have been an afterthought in its labeling. Each of these lipsticks is 0.12 ounces. It has an embossment on it of stars, which matches the packaging. Weirdly enough, a couple of the lipsticks have had weird little fuzzies on them. It's not hair, it's like production fuzz, so I don't really know what that is about. Another thing I noticed, which you'll be able to see here, is that there is some marks on most of the tips. They have, again, not been used, and it's not hair, but it's like the mold that they're using for the actual product is not that clean, not that great, or that the formula just sticks to the mold, leaving these kind of odd marks in them. There is a pretty good shade range with these lipsticks. I do like the formula on the back of my hand. The lipstick I'm wearing right now is one of the lipsticks from the line as well, not one of these lipsticks. But I will be doing in-depth reviews of all of these products once I am through with this unboxing. My two favorites from this one, I would say, are Reverie and Dream Street. I would say these two shades are the most unique to my collection. Next up in the box are the single Super Shocks. I have, I believe, 9 of these. Sorry, there's 8 of these that I got anyway. One of them did come broken. Ladybird came broken. I do wish they had packaged these in the box with bubble wrap like they did for the lipsticks. Because of that, I feel like some of these were kind of rattling around while being shipped, and that's why one ended up broken. I was able to just repress it down and that was fine, so no big deal. As you can see by the swatches, I'm not totally in love with some of these the way they applied with my finger. These are one finger swipes. I did notice that the formula kind of shifts around in the pan a little bit, and I don't actually have any experience with these Super Shock shadows, which I kind of like because it's a new, different formula for me to use and something new to work with. So the one I have on my eyes is from one of the other kits, but when I was going in with a brush, it wasn't picking up very well, but it works really well with my finger, which I'm sure you've heard before, but to me it's new, so I kind of feel like it's interesting. I also understand why people put these in their project pans, because I feel like you could totally get through these super, super easy. Each one of these has 2.1 grams in it, and it doesn't actually say on here how long it will last. However, all of Colourpop stuff is cruelty-free. My two favorite shades that these came in are Ladybird, which was the broken one, and Bumblebee. So the product that I had actually said I would buy are the cheek and highlight palettes. So I have Clockwork here, Just Do It, and Wing It. So they all look similar. The packaging is very pretty. People were not really loving the packaging from what I was seeing on Instagram and what I was seeing around the blogosphere when it was first brought out and announced. However, I really like the shade names. So this one is Clockwork and the shade names are TikTok. My main complaint with these is once you take the sleeve off them is there's no information. I don't know what color this is in unless I just know. And this one is one of the peachy coral shades, but why would they do that? They don't even have the actual shade name on here anywhere. Like if I lose this, I don't know what this is. And just to look at it, I don't know, which kind of annoys me. I feel like marketing departments don't think about the end user with a lot of makeup packaging. So in my opinion, if I'm looking at this in my makeup drawers and it's standing upright, all I can see are these little bugs on the top. They all look the same. So I would actually have to pull them out to see what it is. It's the same with like MAC lipsticks. I don't know what I'm looking at. Somebody make some differentiation in this stuff so I know what's different. Next one is Just Do It, and this is Zip and Zoom. I really like the names, like I really, really do. I will say one thing, between Clockwork and between Clockwork and Just Do It, I feel like these are very, very similar, and I'm not sure anybody needs both. This one is a little bit deeper, which I totally understand, and that's totally fine. But now that these are out, guess what? I don't know what box they go back in. I am using this one right now, and this was not that impressive. It did not show up too much on my cheeks. The highlight is very good, but the blush was kind of meh. This is the one that I really wanted. This is the purple one in Wing It. The color names are Whirl and Swirl, and they are pretty on the back of this one. Funny, I never noticed that. The purple one does actually have the shade names on the back, and these ones don't. I really loved this one. I was super pumped for this, and I hope that the blush in this one is awesome. Each one of these can be purchased individually for $16. I don't know if that's worth it, in my opinion, for the one that I already used. However, I really like the highlights, and when you really come down to it, if I'm spending $40 on one Becca highlight or $16 on one Colourpop highlight and blush, I guess it's not so bad. The next item in my box is the Pretty Fly Super Shock Shadow Collection. This has 6 shadows in it. Comes with a sleeve, and the inside of the box is exactly the same. I really like how part of it is monochromatic. Sorry, not monochromatic, reflective. I think it's really, really pretty. I am actually using some of the shades from this one now. I'm using Three's a Cloud, Flux With You, and Goodbye Butterfly. This one can be purchased right now for $25 for the whole set. I do find the box to be a little bit clunky. It's really big. I don't know if I would actually keep this or not, which is disappointing because it is very pretty. But where am I going to put this? Something else I might have suggested was if they had put a brush in the middle. I feel like it would have made the packaging a little bit more justifiable. I personally liked in here Three's a Cloud and Flux With You are my favorite. I really like the name Flux With You. It kind of makes me laugh because I say it's with you all the time. In some of these shadows, as well as the single shadows that I already went over, I do feel like the mattes are better for the most part. The ones with the glitter, I don't really like. There's so much glitter in them, like crazy, crazy, crazy glitter. Something I would have liked to see with this is, because this packaging is kind of monarchy, I would have liked to see less of the purples, because to me, when I think of butterflies, I think of monarch butterflies. So I wish there was more oranges, more burnt oranges. There are some in here. I just feel like the oranges and the purples don't really go together. Maybe they could have, like, why is there a blue? Like, to me, I understand that there's blue in this butterfly, but when I think of a butterfly collection, I don't think of like butterfly clips from the 90s. I think of like big, beautiful monarch butterflies. I guess that kind of pairs down the collection, but you know. The last item in my box here is the New Theory lipsticks. These have 6 lipsticks in them, and I kind of appreciate that the box and the sleeve are different. I like that the other one is the same, but I also like that this is different. I think this is a very beautiful blue color, and this has a little bit less of that bright print. There's no reflection on this one other than the Colourpop logo. So I have a few comments on this. So there is 6 in here. It is currently on sale for $25. Regular price is $33. This is a huge waste of packaging, in my opinion. Why, for this many lipsticks, do I need a box this big? I completely agree there's something to be said for presentation, but there is no reason that something like this couldn't have happened. It needed to be a little bit wider, and that's about it. Would have fit the same way. Each one of these lipsticks has 1 gram of product in them. I did notice on Psych that there was a weird black mark on the end. It did just look like a little fleck of something, so I did just flick it off. I'm not that picky about it. It's not mold. I know it's not mold because I checked and I made sure. I'm sure it's fine. Psych also won't roll all the way up, so me and Psych are not really getting along. I am currently wearing Lullaby on my lips right now. I really like the caps of these with the butterfly gold print on them, but I didn't really feel like this was butterfly-esque, these shades. They are kind of like regular go-to nudes and reds that somebody would grab for at any time. I don't know how you have a butterfly collection where the eyeshadows are all these really crazy like blues and purples and oranges and all these bright colors, and then your lipstick collection that goes with it on both the lippy sticks and the lipsticks are like nudes and reds, and that's it. Like I wanted to see some color there. I guess they didn't do it because I didn't think it would sell, but you can't put out a butterfly collection and then have only the eyeshadows be butterfly-y. Another thing I think is missing from these would be a really vibrant orange. Like, again, going back to that monarch butterfly thing, like I really wanted to see that happen. I really wanted to see that vibrancy, and it just wasn't there. Overall, I am happy with the overall purchase, and I am glad that I did pick up everything so I could actually do a thorough review on it. Obviously that's coming. This is just the first impressions and the actual packaging and shipping experience, but I just would have liked to see that. It would have been nice to have that like really pizzazz orange in there. It's not something I think is heavily represented in the market. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. I do know that I didn't actually lift up the box again to show you how much packaging was in there, but it was covered with the brown packing paper, and there was 3 different levels of bubble wrap. Had a little brain fart there, couldn't remember what it was called. Let me know what you would like to see reviewed first and what you really wanted to see out of this collection, and I would be happy to review that or do a tutorial. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you later.